Guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope everything's good wherever you guys are. Guys, I've got some very big news for you. Generally, when my tone of voice is like this, it's generally there's some big news, and there is big news. Apparently, David Benavidez and Caleb Plant have agreed a deal to fight in January. This is very exciting news. This is the breaking of the ice. This is a historic moment because we finally, looks like we've got two of the super middleweights in the ring with each other that we wanted to see. And this, you know, the David Benavidez with Utsukatsi fight has been scrapped, which I thank God it has been, because it was a terrible fight. And we are now getting David Benavidez v Caleb Plant, the fight that we want to see. It's a great fight. It's a fight that, in my opinion, you know, the winner of this fight goes on to stardom. The winner of this fight will no longer be a phony. The winner of this fight will be seen as the real thing. I think this is a great matchup. Stylistically, it's a beauty. It's an absolute beauty. This is brilliant news. Credit to both guys for signing their parts of the contract. They want this fight, and they want to prove to the world that they're one of the best super middleweights in the world. Benavidez, he's been crying out. He's been crying out for so long that he wants the big fights, that nobody wants to fight him. Well, he's got his wish, because Caleb Plant has put pen to paper, and David Benavidez has reciprocated and put pen to paper also. And now we're going to have a super fight at the beginning of 2023 between David Benavidez and Caleb Plant. Yes, sir. David Benavidez and Caleb Plant have both agreed to fight in January. This is big news, and I'm very excited. I actually think this is a proper fight. This is a real good fight. You know, you got a boxer and you got a guy that's got fast hands, that likes to let his hands go. This is a crackerjacker of a fight. This is going to be a proper fight. This is going to be the fight in the super middleweight division that a lot of people have wanted to see for a while. So for me, like I said, I think you have to give respect to both guys, because they're both putting it on the line. They're both risking it. And that's what we want to see more of. We want to see more of these guys fight one another. I think both David Benavidez and Caleb Plant are going to make for a great build-up, because they both don't dislike each other. Caleb Plant doesn't really like David Benavidez. They've got history. And Benavidez doesn't really like Caleb Plant. So we're going to have some fireworks in the press conference, in the build-up. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be back and forth. It's going to be edgy. It's just going to be great, you know. And I think fights like this, it will help grow the sport of boxing. You know, when the best fight the best, when the best in the division fight the best, you know, people will support it, and people will get behind this fight because it's a proper fight. Boxing fans, you know, they appreciate good fights. They get behind good fights. They get excited when good fights are made, and this is just another one. I mean, this is a great opportunity for both guys to really put their name on the map of boxing. I mean, you know, Caleb Plant just came off a fight with Canelo, so obviously his profile has grown. He did lose to Canelo, but he put in a valiant effort. David Benavidez has been looking for that marquee fight, that marquee name, and he's got it, you know. So now it's time for David Benavidez to show the people how good he really is. Is he the truth, or is he just a phony? You know, this is a time we find out. I personally think this is a very good fight, and a fight that Caleb can win. Benavidez is very dangerous. I actually think it's a proper fight. I would love to know your predictions, guys, because this is a proper fight. And I know a lot of people are going to say David Benavidez is going to walk straight through him. I don't think so. I think this is a very tough fight. I think Caleb Plant is not like your guy. Is not your David Lemieux. Is not your guys that is just going to fall over after a couple of barrage of punches. Caleb Plant is coming to fight. Caleb Plant is coming to win. Caleb Plant is coming to outbox David Benavidez. So David Benavidez is going to have to prove his worth. And if David Benavidez beats Caleb Plant the way he's beaten the guys that he's beaten in the past, then we might have to start talking about David Benavidez and Canelo Alvarez, and the fact that David Benavidez might just beat Canelo Alvarez as well. Because I'm really interested to see how David Benavidez looks in this fight, because I'm one of those that ain't convinced about David Benavidez. I'm not sold on David Benavidez like some of you guys are. I think David Benavidez is beatable. I think David Benavidez isn't as good as some of you guys say. I don't think he's as good as he's been advertised. But again, I've been wrong before, and I'll hold my hands up if I'm wrong this time. I just think that David Benavidez can be outboxed. I think when you could get a good boxer in there like Caleb Plant, I think Caleb Plant can outbox him. So for me, this is a proper fight. This is a good fight. This is a fight that we wanted for a long time. So, you know, this is going to be exciting stuff. This is going to be very interesting to see, you know, who wins this fight. I'm very intrigued to see what happens here. I think it's a proper fight. a proper fight, and we finally, when it's a proper fight, you can tell from my tone of voice that I'm very excited, because I know that we're gonna get an exciting build up, we're gonna get an exciting fight, and stylistically I think they're gonna make for a good fight as well. So yeah, a lot of people are going to pick David Benavidez in this one. I'm not so convinced. For me, this is 50-50. I think it can go either way, because, you know, I think Caleb Plant is a very fundamentally sound boxer. I think he's very good. I think, you know, I think he got beat by an elite fighter like Canelo Alvarez, but there's no shame. There's nothing to say that David Benavidez is on that level yet. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how David Benavidez handles or deals with somebody like Caleb Plant, because Caleb Plant showed in the Canelo fight that this guy is a real fighter, and I personally think it's going to be a very tough fight for David Benavidez. I don't think it's going to be an easy fight. It's going to be a very nip and tuck type of affair, in my opinion. I actually think, you know, I won't be surprised if David Benavidez gets beat here. I think Caleb Plant is a really, really good fighter. I do think Benavidez is dangerous, and if Benavidez was to stop Caleb Plant, I mean, we have to start talking about David Benavidez as a serious threat in this super middleweight division. And when I mean serious threat, I mean we might have to start talking about him as the best super middleweight out there, even with Canelo there, because you know, if he dispatches of Caleb Plant better than Canelo, I mean, styles do make fights, but you know, Caleb Plant for me isn't getting dispatched easily by anybody. So if David Benavidez does make short work of him, then I might just have to go back on my word and start taking Benavidez a lot more seriously than I have. But I think this is the fight, the opportunity that he needed. This is the fight that will tell us how good David Benavidez is, and the fight that I think I'm very excited about, because I know this is a proper fight. I know this is going to be a great fight. So yeah, leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'm very excited. I'm very happy about this news. I'd love to know your opinions on what you guys think about this fight. David Benavidez and Caleb Plant have agreed to fight in January. Leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.